It's NYBP, New York Baseball Podcast with Jason. From news to rumors to trades and all in between, he covering the game. And from the home of the Yankees, leave a voicemail or call in live. In the world of sports, he's doing the dive. So let's get to the show, be sure to subscribe.
What's good, everyone? What is good? What is good? What is good? It's your boy Jason. If you was watching the stream I was on prior to this one, I apologize. YouTube clapped me. I was playing a little clip of Hector Neris fighting with Julio Rodriguez, and I guess they didn't like it. They said that don't belong to you, so they kicked me off the stream. But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about Hector Neris. Senor Hector Neris. The guy, man, honestly, look, he's 35 years old. Okay. So realistically, if they sign him, it's got to be like a 1 year, 2 year thing. Okay. I mean, he's not going to demand, they're not going to pay him no $11 million like they did to Jordan Hicks. But he brings baggage with him. The guy is not very liked throughout baseball. But I tell you what, he has a lot of fire. He plays with passion. That's a good thing. But sometimes that thing spills over and he does stupid stuff and he kind of acts like a freaking jerk, to be honest, man. The thing he did with Julio Rodriguez, I wish I could play it now, but I don't want this live stream to get banned either. But pretty much he struck out J-Rod. And then after he struck him out, after he cheered and did all this, did all that craziness, he started walking towards the mound and cursing J-Rod out in Spanish for no reason. And so J-Rod's looking at him like, really, dude? Like, what's your problem? And then he got mad. And he was like, and then benches cleared and it was a whole thing. So the dude is a little bit of an a-hole, to be honest, man. You know, a lot of people like that. Honestly, I like to see that my players fired up and everything, but keep that on the mound. Once you start freaking charging the batter's box for no reason, really, if you go back and watch it, look it up, Hector Neris and Julio Rodriguez fight or whatever, and you'll find it. Come on, really? Like, that's what we're doing? I don't know, but the Yankees apparently the Yankees are really interested in this guy, and I don't blame him because the numbers speak for itself. The numbers do speak for themselves. So last year, he had a 1.71 ERA. Which is great. I don't know. What do you guys think? To be honest, I'm torn at this point because I look the pitcher himself, I like it. You know, we need arms, and I want it. But I'm starting to get to the point where it makes me a little nervous having all of these different personalities on the field in the clubhouse. I don't know, man. Will they gel well together? I understand maybe. Like, I understand, like, you want your team to be fired up. Like, I want to see my Yankees fired up. And every now and then I like to have a team fight. Every now and then I like to see the benches clear and all of that stuff. I feel like it's good. It builds team camaraderie and stuff. But it's hard to stand behind someone like Hector Neris, because a lot of times the things he does, I feel like he's starting it. Like, he's being kind of bullyish, if that makes sense. And that's what I don't like. So yeah, if you're on the team, you know, your teammates are going to stick up for you because you're on the team. But then it gets to the point where it's like, dude, stop being a dick. Like, let's be honest. That's what I think. But again, he had a phenomenal year last year. And if he could do that in 2024, then of course the Yankees could use him. We'll like him. He kind of reminds me of Chapman a little bit. Not as a pitcher, but more in the sense of his antics. Like, he gets fired up when he gets a strikeout. And then even Stroman gets fired up. But Stroman does all that and he stays on the mound. But this guy, like, he's really, like, doing extra. He's going extra, man. He's doing extra. I don't know why. But that's just the way he is. And sometimes, man, that doesn't play well a lot with me, man. It doesn't play well a lot. And Every now and then it's good to see the benches clear, like I said before, but you don't want it all the time. You don't want guys being out there and just being a-holes. Like, so we got Verdugo. I seen a tweet on Twitter. It was hilarious. Somebody tweeted. He was like, with Verdugo, Stroman, and now Neris, if the Yankees do get Neris, and Neris on the team, we bound to have a team fight. We need Stanton to stop losing weight and get his muscle back. And I found that thing hilarious, dude. So Stanton's going to be a personal bodyguard for the New York Yankees since he's not hitting well. Hopefully he starts hitting well. That's another story. So let me know what you think. If you guys are watching this in the comments section, let me know what you think about this Hector Neris thing. Yeah, I just got the text from YouTube. I was just live right before this, and they hit me with a copyright notice because I was playing the clip of Hector Neris and J-Rod. But that's the reason why I don't like to show a lot of visuals and stuff, because I have visuals ready. And like I said, man, I'm kind of new to streaming in this manner. And so I have different visuals and stuff, but I don't like to play them because YouTube, they get their panties in a bunch. So we're going to stay away from that in this stream. But again, if you guys want to call in, the number is 210-695-0130. If you want to call in or leave a voicemail, or if you want to join the stream and actually join the stream and talk shit with me, the link is in the description somewhere. You can go ahead and do that. You come into the feed and we can shoot the shit. As you can see, I got the Niners jersey on because I'm repping the Niners this year. My Giants are not in it, so why not? Yesterday's game was a little bit disappointing with the Dolphins and the Chiefs. The Chiefs whooped that ass, man. They spanked them. So who out there, if you're watching the stream, who wants Hector Neris? I know Nelson Cruz came on the stream prior to this one and said he wanted to get Hector Neris. And I'm like, you know what, man? At this point, why not? We're going to do it, man. We're going to be man, it's going to be some team fights. I hope we're ready, man. I hope they're ready. We're going to have Stanton in there freaking knocking people out. That's what I miss about the old days, man. Like the old Yankee, I think every year we won in the late 90s, early 2000s, every championship year we had a good team fight. Sometimes you need a good team fight to bring everyone together and just build that camaraderie. I believe so. I think every year we had a good team fight. We had some really, really memorable ones, man. The one with the Red Sox when Pedro Martinez freaking threw Don Zimmer by the head. He literally grabbed him by his head and tossed him. Poor old man. Rest in peace. But those were the days, man. Baseball is not like that no more. Yeah, we have some fights still, like the Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez. That was probably the wildest one we've had in a long time. But back in the day, man, these guys brawled all the time, man. And pitchers were throwing at hitters. Like that was really a thing. These days, I think, with Major League Baseball, they kind of crack down on a lot of that stuff, and they finding people, so you don't see it too often. You don't see it too often, but every now and then, you get a knockout. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. So Hector Neris, look, like if the Yankees signed the guy, man, obviously I'm gonna root for him. I'm gonna root for him because he'll be in the pinstripe, so we'll root for the guy. But I mean, at this time, man, like I get it, the numbers. When you look on paper and you look at the names and the numbers, the stats, it tells you a story. But then these guys are people at the same time, and it's like any workplace. Sometimes people just don't gel. People don't mix. So I hope they take into consideration the dynamics of human beings, because not all human beings get along. You can have the two most talented people in the world, and they might not get along with each other. I get it, and also, man, this is these people are at the pinnacle of their sport, man. So there's a lot of competitiveness. These guys are they compete, man. So it's like they have that competitive spirit in them. So sometimes, man, you get a lot of that testosterone flowing around in the clubhouse, and sometimes it don't pan out too well. I still, honestly, I believe in Aaron Judge as a captain and as a leader. To me, I know a lot of people don't think that he's a great captain like that, but from what I see from the outside looking in, to me, man, he looks like a great leader. Like, he looks like he doesn't lose his head for stuff like that, and he seems like the type of person that he gets respect for people. People respect him, you know, and that's the main thing I feel like about being the captain. That you gotta have everyone, that clubhouse's respect. And I think he does get that respect from everybody. I think when he speaks, people listen. So he's a good captain, in my opinion. Derek Jeter was like that too. I think Aaron Judge has a little more than Jeter. Because not only is Aaron Judge freaking a great player and he's a cool dude and he's respectable, but he's a big dude too. So you don't want to talk crazy to Aaron Judge. You don't want to talk crazy to him because he'd probably knock you out too. I'm not saying that's how he is. I'm not saying he's a fighter or anything, but you take that into consideration. You look at a guy and you're like, damn, you know what? And everybody knows he's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's a great, so people respect him. You know, but then you got a guy like Hector Neris. He seems like the type of guy that he just does what he feels, you know? Kind of like a Aroldis Chapman. That's what I think. Sort of like a Aroldis Chapman. Like, he's not gonna listen too much to what people say in the clubhouse and everything. So I don't know, man. I hope the Yankees are looking into all this stuff. I hope they looking into this stuff, and if we sign the guy, I hope they check him, man, and let him know, like, that stuff, man, you can't do that. I mean, obviously, we're not the only ones after him. The Rangers are also after him, and that'd be kind of funny if the Rangers sign him. The Rangers and the Astros, they hate each other right now. I live in Texas, so trust me, I've seen a lot of Astro fans come out as Rangers fans all of a sudden, you know. So there's definitely a big rivalry there. The Rangers, obviously, they have their issues with the TV deal. So maybe they got to get, before they start spending money, they got to figure that out first. Everybody's saying that's probably what Jordan Montgomery's waiting for. He's waiting for them to get get their money right, and then he's gonna go ahead and sign with them. But if they take too long to figure that thing out, he's gonna end up going somewhere else. So I feel like the Yankees need to get creative and make some trades. Or maybe a trade. I mean, there's some people out there supposedly Luis Arias is on the market. The Marlins are reportedly open to trading Luis Arias. He's considered one of baseball's best hitters. In my opinion, he's up there, man. He's up there. The numbers speak for themselves as far as average and everything. Now, when you look at like his average exit velo and his barrel percentage, they don't look great. But that's just not the hitter he is. He's not a power hitter. He knows how to punch the ball wherever he wants almost. It's crazy. His bat speed is outstanding. But he reminds me of a Tony Gwynn, man, a hitter like that. Like, the game is slow to them. It's crazy. Like, for some people, the game is slower. I feel like he hits the ball where he wants to, which is it's crazy because you hear players that they talk about. I'm sure players could do that, right? But not like this guy. He does it at will. Like, if he wants to go to right field, if he wants to go down the third base line, he's gonna put it down the third base line. So he's one of those special hitters, man, that you don't see often. I mean, he batted .353 last year. That says all. He hit for the cycle. I think he did it twice, or he almost did it twice. Like you don't see players like that no more. So if the Yankees could get a guy like that, that'd be awesome, 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 awesome. But he's gonna cost. He's gonna cost. Like I said before, he's gonna cost. You're gonna have to give up a Spencer Jones, most likely. You know, I see a lot of mock trades. If everybody's saying, "Oh, Glaber for Luis Arias," what makes you think the Marlins want Glaber over Luis Arias? I mean, really, let's be realistic about some of these mock trades that we propose. The Marlins are broke. Okay, the Marlins average about 10,000 fans per game on a good night. They don't have money they don't have money to pay Glaber the money that he's gonna want. They're not doing that. If they trade Luis Arias, it's because they want players that have control, and they want top players, top prospects with years of control. So we're gonna have to dig into that farm. And I know a lot of Yankee fans don't want to do that, man. Man, that's the biggest. Oh man, you want to touch a nerve? It's like half the fans like freaking trade them, and half are not. And the other half, you know, the prospect huggers. I'm gonna call you, no offense, but some of y'all like OD hugging these prospects. Like, come on. And you give me a list of names. They're like, oh, we can't trade this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. I'm like, bro, what are the chances that all 10 of those prospects you just named pan out? I mean, it's not likely, and I get it, man. I like Spencer Jones too, and I want to see him. I want to see what he could do at the major league level. I don't think he's ready yet, honestly. I think it's going to take him another year or two before he's even ready. And then when he gets here, he's going to have to make adjustments up here. So we're looking at 3 years, maybe 4, before he becomes the player that we think he could become. So that's 4 years, man. 4 years. I want to win now. To be honest, I want to win now, so I'm willing to part ways with a lot of these guys. And that's just me. If you don't like it, hey, man, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. So for Luis Arias, you're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to give up some guys, man. Some of them guys, some real guys, you're gonna have to give them up, and that's okay because you're getting back Luis Arias, arguably the best hitter in baseball right now. I mean, obviously he don't hit for power. I think he hit 10 home runs last year. But if you put him in Yankee Stadium, the guy could hit the corners at will. So I mean, at Yankee Stadium, I'll give him another five home runs. And then some people say, oh, it's because the Marlins, they have a bigger park and all this other stuff, so he could shoot the gaps. And I'm like, look, man, I get it, but he batted .353. I feel like when you bat .353, you're good in any ballpark. Doesn't matter. You're just a good hitter. That's my take on that. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you think I'm crazy, say, Jason, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but we're never going to trace Shane Spencer. I'm Shane Spencer. I keep saying Shane Spencer. Like every time I say Spencer Jones, every time I'm thinking of Spencer Jones, Shane Spencer comes in my mind. That shows you how old I am. I'm showing my age, right? I don't know if you guys remember Shane Spencer. I actually like Spencer. He was really good for a while, and then I don't know what happened to him. He was a good Yankee too. Again, if you want to leave a voicemail or call in live or even join the stream, there's information in the description, and the phone number is 210-695-0130. Luis Arias. I bet a lot of Yankee fans would love him on the team. You know, but then some people are like, oh, don't trade Glaber for him. Trade somebody else. I'm like, well, then where are you going to put him? Like, I feel like you don't get Luis Arias unless you're not keeping Glaber, you know? So if you don't plan on extending Glaber, if he's not in the future plans of the New York Yankees, then you get a Luis Arias. But if you're planning on keeping Glaber for a long time, then Luis Arias just doesn't make sense. You know, where are you going to put him? Where would you put him? So I just read something on Twitter. Where is it? Apparently, Blake Snell is looking for $240 million. That's what he's looking for. That's the deal that he's looking for, which is just absolutely ridiculous to me. Honestly, $240 million. I mean, unless you split that between 7 years, $240 million for 6 years. That's $40 million per. No, man, that's just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. I know the Yankees, we offered him $150 million for 5 years. That's $30 million per year. Look, I get it. He turned it down. So if we could meet somewhere in the middle, let's give him another 25. Let's make that 35 per year for 5 years. That'd be $175 million. You know, like I think we could make that offer and he should take that offer. Kind of meeting him in the middle. And we need a pitcher, man, and he needs a team, because if he's looking for $240 million, I don't think there's many teams out there that's going to give him that kind of money. They're not. They're just, no, that's $40 million per for a guy who's going to give you 5 to 6 innings per game. Yes, he's a Cy Young Award winner, 2-time Cy Young Award winner, but between those 2 Cy Youngs, he had 4 average years. So $40 million, that's ridiculous. And I understand the market is up there right now, especially with all this. You got these guys coming from Japan, never pitched an inning in the major leagues, getting $325 million, i.e. Yamamoto. But let's be realistic, man. $40 million. I guess that's what he's looking for. I say, look, we meet him in the middle, $35 million, offer him $35 million per year. And that way, too, it also, you know, because we gave Garrett Cole, I think, 36 per year. So he'd still be under Garrett Cole. And, you know, and we can move forward and he'll be a Yankee. I think that's a deal, man, that Scott Boras will probably take. Right now, they're kind of waiting it out. But as we get closer, and the desperation is going to kick in. And look, another thing, too, right? Because obviously, yeah, they wait it out and everything and they want the money. But these guys are people and they have families. So they want to make a deal ASAP. So that way they know where they're going. They could put their kids in school. They could get a place to live, get a moving company and all that stuff. All the regular moving stuff. Moving sucks, man. Even when you're rich, I'm sure moving sucks. So I'm sure he wants to get a deal done. A lot of pieces are falling. A lot of Marcus Stroman's gone. A lot of guys have already signed, so he's got to make a decision soon. The Mets are interested in him. I'm not sure what the Mets offered him, or if they even made an offer. And then you got talks about the Red Sox interested in Blake Snell. I don't think they're gonna give him a serious offer. They're penny pinching right now, so I don't think they give him a serious offer. But who knows? You know. But Blake Snell, look, $40 million, 6 years, that's a little much, man. I say 35 million, 5 years, gets it done. It gets it done. But then again, that's going to put the Yankees payroll till about, right now we're roughly around 305 million. We're roughly around 305 million plus 35. So that, you know, that's like 340 million. That's like 340 million. My wife just walked in. Want to come? They're laughing at me. 340 million. That's a lot. We have to pay. Huh? The Yankees already have to pay an extra 50 million because they're over the luxury tax threshold. So right now the Yankees payroll is 305 million plus the 49 million. So let's just round it out to 50 million. That's 355 million the Yankees have to give up this year. And we sign Blake Snell for, let's say, hypothetically 35 million. That'll put us at 385 million. It's a lot of millions, man. A lot of money. I don't think at that point, man, I feel like if we don't win or at least make it to the World Series, Howe is he's gonna tear down the team. And remember, we still got to sign Juan Soto next year. We have a lot of money coming off the books next year, about $100 million or so, but we still got to fill those spots, you know? We still got to fill those spots, and Juan Soto's going to demand a good $40-50 million. So, it's just a lot to think about, man. I'm honestly, that 150, I don't even know if that deal still stands. 5 years, 150 million, because they offered Blake Snell that deal before they signed Stroman. So now that we have Marcus Stroman, is that deal still on the table? It's a lot of stuff that we're not sure about, you know. The journalists are reporting that the Yankees are still in on Snell. But like I said, if they add 30 million to the payroll right now, that's going to put us in the mid 300s. Plus, we have to pay that luxury tax, which is about $50 million. Look, the Yankees have the money. We all know that, but are they actually going to do that? You know, and will they actually do that for years to come? You know, so if we sign Snell for 5 years, we tied to him for 5 years, we still owe Giancarlo Stanton a few more years of his contract. You know, Rizzo falls off next year, but then we got to re-sign Soto. So it's just a lot to think about. I say the Yankees go ahead and I say they should just go ahead and offer Blake Snell $35 million for 5 years. That'll make it $175 million. He's asking for $240, but he's got to bring that price down, because that's retarded, to be honest. Like, come on, let's be realistic. You know, let's negotiate, meet in the middle. The Yankees started with 150 for 5 years. He didn't want that. He probably wanted 2-something. So let's meet in the middle. 175, I think that's a great deal, man. But Blake Snell, but who knows, man? He probably waited out to see what's out there. I don't think the Giants are in on him anymore. Me personally, I felt like he wanted to go to the San Francisco Giants. But I don't think they're in on him anymore after signing Jordan Hicks. They signed him as a starter, so they expect him to start. I don't think the Giants are. I don't even think they're making him an offer, to be honest. And if they do, they're gonna lowball him. So the Yankees, I feel like a lot of people were saying that offer that we offer Blake Snell was a lowball offer. I don't think so. I think that's a legitimate offer to get the conversation started. If you're just joining, you know, the topic of the show today is Hector Neris. The Yankees are reportedly the front runner for this guy. And look, the guy's a good pitcher. He had a breakout year last year, ERA of 1.71. Phenomenal, right? But look, realistically, he's 35 years old. Is he going to be able to produce those type of numbers for much longer, to be honest? I don't know. He did it last year, so maybe he'll have a good year this year. But that's not the reason why I'm skeptical about the Yankees signing this man. My whole thing is that he's a bitter. If you thought Marcus Stroman was a headache, this guy, he's not gonna go on Twitter and say crazy things, but he has a lot of on-field antics that I don't like. I don't like the if you go ahead and go search it up on YouTube, Hector Neris and Julio Rodriguez fight. This guy, he pretty much started the fight. He struck out Julio Rodriguez, cheered and did all that stuff. But that wasn't done there, because that's okay with me. You can do all that on the mound. But then started walking towards the batter's box, towards Julio Rodriguez. The inning's over, mind you. The inning is over. He starts walking towards him, following him, cursing at him in Spanish, yelling, you know. So then Julio Rodriguez turned around like, yo, what the hell's your problem? And then benches cleared and they got crazy. Stuff like that. I don't like that. You know, me personally, I don't like freaking assholes. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Excuse my French. And the dude seems like a bit of an asshole, in my opinion. And I think, and we got some big personalities in there already. We got Verdugo, who, you know, And we don't even need to go into that. You already know a lot of people don't like him. We got Stroman, a lot of people don't like. Now we bring in this guy. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. If they bring him in, I'll cheer for the dude. All I'm saying is, besides the numbers, like I said earlier, when you look at players, these people are people too. They're regular people. So you gotta make sure you bring in a team that can work together, that can gel together, and that's what makes the dynamics of a baseball team better. So you don't want to bring a lot of personalities that are going to clash with each other, because then you got issues in the clubhouse, and we don't need that. Even though, like I said earlier, I feel like Aaron Judge is a great leader, and people respect him. So if he lays his foot down and says, "Hey, chill out," I feel like they're going to listen. But we'll see. We'll see. 2024 is going to be very, very interesting. Again, if you're just joining the stream, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to call in, the number is 210-695-0130. Excuse me. 0130. I got to get my energy. There's a lot of football going on today. A lot of football going on. I got the Niners jersey on. And that's the wild card weekend, and we don't play today. But I'm a rock with the Niners this year. That's who I'm rocking with. So Hector Neris, man, let me know what you think. That's the main topic of this live stream today. We just covered the rumors about Luis Arias. We talked a little bit about Blake Snell. Let's touch back on Luis Arias. So my whole thing with Luis Arias, of course, we will want this guy. To me, honestly, he's a fantastic hitter, man. This guy's fantastic. He's one of the best hitters I've seen in a long time. No, he doesn't hit the cover off the ball. He's not gonna. It's crazy because he doesn't hit the ball very hard, but he knows how to put the ball wherever he wants, pretty much. It reminds me of Tony Gwynn a lot for some reason. It reminds me of Tony Gwynn, just the kind of hitter, man, that it's hard to get out. And even as a pitcher, it must be frustrating because it's not like he's hitting the ball hard. He's just putting them in the holes, man. He's a great hitter. He's a great hitter. He batted .353 last year. Only 10 home runs, but .353. Come on, dude. You don't even see that no more. That's video game numbers at this point. So the Yankees, if they could get a guy like that, I think you have to do it. There is no prospect, in my opinion, that there's not on the chopping block for a guy like Luis Arias. This is a guy who would change the whole lineup. The whole lineup. You get a guy like this on leadoff in front of Judge and Soto, it's game over. Like, it's just my opinion, man. My opinion. Let me know what you think. So we covered that. Obviously, Yankees signed Marcus Stroman, $37 million, 2 years. At first, I wasn't too thrilled about it, but you know what? Like, my whole thing is, look, with Stroman, he's a good pitcher, but I don't. We still need somebody. That's my whole thing. Like, yes, he makes us better, but he doesn't fix the rotation. So we need to fix the rotation by adding a real arm. I'm not saying Marcus Stroman's arm, he's not a real arm, but he's a, we need another freaking hard thrower, another guy like Blake Snell. So the Yankees offered him $150. He turned it down. Yankees offered him $150. He turned it down. I say Yankees should go ahead and offer him $30. See, well, before I even get to that, they offered this to him before they signed Stroman. So who knows if this is still on the table, to be honest, because they might have, this deal might not even be on the table anymore. But I say go ahead and offer him $35 million. That'll make it $175 million for 5 years, $35 million per year, and it still ensures that Garrett Cole is the top paid pitcher in your rotation. and I think it gets the deal done. I know that Scott Boras and Blake Snell, they're asking for like $240 million. Look, I don't see anybody giving that for him. All right, so they need to be realistic. If that's what they're asking for, let's come down. Let's meet in the middle. I say $35 million per year, 5 years, and that gets the deal done. They might want 6 years though. They might want a 6-year for 35, and then that complicates things. For me, if they add a 6-year to the deal, then they bring that AAV down from 35 to more to like 32, 33 to get the deal done. You know, right now they're playing hardball, man. Scott Boras is a tough agent, and when he feels like his player's worth something, we all know that he will hold out. He's done it before, and they'll hold out to. Man, we've had times where the season had started, and some players weren't even signed yet. I don't think that Blake Snell wants to do that. I think that he wants to get a deal done now, so that way he can move his family, put his kids in school, find a place to stay, do all that stuff. You don't want to do that stuff while you're in spring training, because when you're in spring training, you're not even in the city where you're going to be living at. You're in, in the Yankees case, in Tampa, in Florida, or whatever. Most of the teams they play in the South somewhere where the climate's warm. So I'm sure he wants to get a deal done so that way he could come to the city. If it's New York, come to New York, find a place to stay, find a place to live, get his family situated, get his stuff moved down there. That's just my case, my opinion. I think they get a deal done soon, before spring training. But again, it's a lot of money on the line, so they might wait out. They might wait it out. So what do you think? Is he worth the $240 million? Do you think the Yankees should give him $240 million, 6 years, $240 million? That's $40 million per. That's supposedly that's what he's asking for. That'll put him above Garrett Cole. He would be the highest paid. He'd be the highest paid pitcher ever, honestly. But he'll be above Garrett Cole. I don't think you do that. I say you give him 35 for 5. 35 for 5. If they're hell-bound on that 6 year, then you bring that AAV down. Okay, 32 for 6. And even then, I'm not comfortable with, because I know the back half of that deal, you're not going to get the best Blake Snell. But my daughter, go. You're not going to get the best Blake Snell, but at least those first couple years, you're going to get a Cy Young Award pitcher. And sometimes you got to make deals like that. Sometimes you got to make the deals like that. Again, let me know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. My daughter woke up. Go brush your teeth. Go. Close the door. Yeah, sorry about that, fellas. Sorry about that. Man, the kids, man, the family. I'm getting old, man. I'll be 40 this year, if you can't tell. Look at this. I'll be 40. If I took off my hat, you see the bald spots. But Blake Snell, he declined the offer from the Yankees. I don't know, man. I don't see him getting 240. So I think he's still an option for the Yankees. I don't think the Yankees are out on him. Look, if it's a money thing, the Yankees have the money. They definitely have the money. But we're already up there. The payroll right now stands at about $305 million. If you add a $40 million for Snell, it's a lot of money. Plus, we have to pay that luxury tax. So right now, we're gonna pay our payroll is our payroll is $305, and we got to give $50 million on top of that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. We will see. Hector Neris. Let me see what's going on Twitter right now. Do we have any news? Let's discuss that. Per Bob Nightingale, Snell was looking for a contract of at least $240 million. The Yankees pivoted and offered. Yeah, we already know that. We know this. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I was just watching a crazy video on Twitter, man. Some of the stuff you see on this stuff, man, it's just sick, man. Sick. Hey, but not too much news out there, man. Oh, look what I'm reading this. Travis Hudson reported, this was yesterday though, the New York Mets and Jorge Soler are close to a deal, according to sources. That'd be interesting. I bet the Met fans will love that, man. They would love that. Not too much out there. I mean, today's Sunday. There's a lot of football going on, so I don't expect there to be much news. I'm looking at reading some of these tweets. The Yankees really about to go from being the most boring team in baseball to the most flamboyant team in baseball. Especially if we sign Hector Neris, man. This guy, he is extra on the mound. He's really extra. He does the most out there. He does the most. I see NYYU put out something about Hector Neris. I gotta go watch that later. Shout out to them. Yankees are potential front runners for the right-hand pitcher Hector Neris per Mark Fines and whatever his name is. Whatever, dude. That guy, I don't know, man. I think we can. There's got to be other players out there, man. There's got to be somebody else. I'm watching Taylor Swift freaking dance at the Chiefs game. Man, they said it was negative 23 degrees at that game. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. I'm confused because I've saw reports that I got to do the math now myself because I see people reporting the Yankees payroll to be different. Like I'm seeing something right now. They're saying it's $285 million. That's got to be before Stroman's deal. The Mets are at $270, but a lot of that is in freaking Scherzer's and Verlander's contract, and the Phillies are at $237. It's crazy how the Dodgers are not up there. The freaking Dodgers, their payroll should be like $500 million, but it's not. It's literally like $200 million, and that's because they obviously they're deferring all that money. They deferred all that money. So the Yankees right now, you know, in top 3 in payroll. I don't know. This says 285. I believe 285 million was before the Stroman deal. I think the Stroman deal puts the Yankees at like 305 million. I mean, we already passed that luxury tax threshold, so we're gonna have to pay like about $50 million. So at that point, it's like, why not just go all the way? They got the money. You know, they could go ahead and sign Snell if they really wanted to. The thing is, I think he just wants too much right now. All that 6-7 years, $240 million, that's not happening. That is not happening. Hector Neris could be, you know, honestly, he's gonna come cheap in relative to like other contracts, you know. But the thing with him is all his antics on the field, and the guy is very outspoken. He could be a dick, man, to be honest. So maybe the Yankees, I don't know, maybe they go that route. I don't think the Yankees are desperate right now, but I hope now. You can't act out of desperation, because then you're going to start just grabbing anybody. I'm looking at Twitter. Twitter is a sick place. Or X, whatever they call it now. It's just sick, man. This is one video I watched that's just crazy. But again, if you don't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to sign off and go get something to eat. Maybe I'll come on live later after football or between football games and maybe we'll have some more news. I appreciate you guys joining, and have a great evening.